After more than a year of civil war and 3 pitifully short-lived emperors, from the bloody ashes of the Julio-Claudian dynasty, a new princeps finally rose, Titus Flavius Vespasianus. Vespasian was born on November 17, 9 AD. Initially expressing disinterest in politics, he was eventually ushered up the political ladder after relentless maternal taunting. Eventually, he gained enough imperial trust to be granted an army of 60,000 to quash a revolt in Judea. He would not remain in his older brother's shadow for long. After the death of Nero in 68 AD, Vespasian stopped fighting his Jewish war and began to secretly hatch a plot with the governor of Syria, Mucianus. While swearing loyalty to Five's first 2 successors, when Vitellius won the principate, it was go time. Declarations of loyalty rang loud out east, and a pleasant surprise came in August 69 AD when the Danubian legions also hopped on board. Vespasian moved to Egypt to cut the Roman grain supply. Then he waited. Vespasian's men ultimately won. The Senate declared him emperor following the storming of Rome on December 21st, 69 AD. But Vespasian told them to cut the bullshit. He had actually been emperor since July. A war-torn Rome needed a strong leader, so Vespasian conferred upon himself a fully naked autocracy. His prime objective, recouping 40 billion sesterces of debt. He worked towards this end by manipulating markets, doubling tribute, and even taxing urine. The habitually generous Vespasian did give back to Rome, however, beginning work on the Colosseum. After a 10-year reign, Vespasian would break with recent precedent one more time, becoming the first emperor to die of natural causes since Augustus himself. The bedridden, but nevertheless occupied, emperor eventually met his end to a violent bowel movement in late June 79 AD. Son succeeded father, just as planned. However, the delight and darling of the human race had precious little time to tarnish his Suetonian title. Titus Flavius Vespasianus was born on December 30th, 39 AD, to a father of the same name. Vespasian Sr.'s political maneuvering secured Jr. a proper imperial education, which he relished. Titus was a military man, however, and received complete control of Vespasian's Judean army in 69 AD after his father launched a coup. With Pop firmly in power, Titus made a bloody example of Jerusalem in September 70 AD, effectively ending the Jewish revolt. Swiftly returning to Rome, Titus was given command of the Praetorian Guard. Forever loyal, he used the purples to eliminate all threats to Vespasian's rule. When Vespasian died on June 23, 79 AD, Titus succeeded him instantly. Predicted to be the next Nero by the people and as ungodly by the Senate, Titus needed to legitimize the Flavians. After erecting a temple, founding a cult, and 6 months of pushing, Vespasian was deified. Good. The people, however, were won over when the emperor simply showed his true colors. Titus lavished them with baths, the Colosseum, and 100-day festivities. Eruption, fire, and plague all rocked Titus's empire, but he responded with paternal care, organizing relief forces, trying all manner of cures, and dipping into his own funds alongside state money to aid the disenfranchised. Despite pulling a complete 180 and becoming the darling of pleb and historian alike, there was one person who he could not win over, his brother. Falling deathly ill in September 81 AD, Domitian left Titus for dead in the same farmhouse wherein his father had perished. He finally succumbed on the 13th. His last words were, "I have made but one mistake." We never found out what that was. Being the last of a dynasty, Domitian was post-mortally dunked on by his successors. His legacy is a doozy to untangle. Titus Flavius Domitianus was born on October 24th, 51 AD. Domitian found himself largely isolated from his immediate family after the age of 7, as Vespasian and big brother Titus were serving in the provinces. But an 18-year-old Flavian was chaotically reunited with them in 70 AD after trying his best to co-run a newly conquered Rome for about a year while Emperor Vespasian made his way from the east. Dad's arrival spelt the end for Domitian in truly prestigious positions. Sidelined under Titus's administration as well, he didn't exactly bewail his distant brother's death. On September 14th, 81 AD, Domitian began his reign. Inheriting a disaster-stricken empire, he concentrated power. Money was spent on 50 buildings, some new, some old. In the freshly expanded Colosseum, he would drop food onto the masses, and at theaters, like the brand new Odeum, he gave 300 sesterces to every attendee on 3 occasions. To finance these newfound popular pleasantries, Domitian taxed and instituted financial edicts, like an unsuccessful law banning the planting of new vineyards in Italia, which still really peeved the aristocracy, who were already rubbed the wrong way by Domitian's barefaced autocracy. Vespasian and Titus frequently listened to the Senate. Under Domitian, they fell on deaf ears. Things got worse for the upper class after a minor military uprising in 89 AD. Domitian began ordering treason-based executions a bit more liberally. An efficient despot he was, but the aristocracy wanted their power back. Superstitious Domitian openly feared dying at midday, so a palace conspirer lied to him, telling him it was the afternoon. With his guard down, Domitian was ambushed and slain after a struggle with 4 men on September 18th, 96 AD.